News Prime. Gas explosion destroys cars, properties, grains in Niger State. The business Saudi Arabia restricts multiple entry visas for Nigeria, 13 other countries. On the first tonight, North Korea vows to further develop nuclear forces. And the sports Remo Stars beat Pillars 2-1 and the NPFL lead. We welcome you to News Prime tonight on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Edik and Michael. A quick reminder that we are on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276 free to air at NICOMSAT. Let's begin by telling you that vehicles and other goods, including food items, have been burnt down by an explosion that occurred in Sabon Wuse, Tafa local government area of Niger State. The blast reportedly occurred while a tanker was offloading gas at a terminal in the area. It was reported that the fire burned for hours before the arrival of firefighters at the scene of the incident, with claims that the explosion sent shockwaves through the surrounding communities as people ran out of their homes for safety. The Conference of United Political Parties has criticized the National Assembly for nominating Ashiru Abdullah Ganduje, daughter of APC National Chairman Umaru Ganduje, and Mohammed Wamso, son of Senator Aliyu Wamko, to the board of the Northwest Development Commission. Peter Ahmed, National Secretary, expressed the group's disapproval during the press briefing in Abuja, describing the nominations as an abuse of legislative powers. He criticized the nominations, asserting that they undermine the principles of fairness and equal opportunity. The dismissed resident electoral commissioner of Adamawa State, Haldu Yunusa, has alleged that he was pressured to declare Governor Fintiri the winner of the controversial 2023 governorship election, despite possessing evidence that the All Progressive Congress APC candidate Senator Ashitu rightfully won. Speaking in Bauchi with journalists, Yunusa accused both the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu and the Election Tribunal of deliberately ignoring evidence of widespread irregularities. The former resident electoral commissioner stated that he and other officials were pressured to declare Fintiri the winner under threats to their security. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has inaugurated the governing boards of the Imo State Universal Basic Education Board and Imo State University Teaching Hospital. The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to revitalizing both the sectors for improved service delivery. Our correspondent Amara Chibe has a report.
At the inauguration ceremony, Governor Uzodinma highlighted the crucial role of Imo State University Teaching Hospital as the state's only teaching hospital, reassuring that his administration would provide all necessary resources to enhance its operations and improve healthcare services.
Between last year and this year, we have invested over 4 billion in the teaching hospital, procuring modern equipments to make sure the environment will be habitable and the equipment that can compete with any other equipment outside this plant is also procured.
On basic education, the governor announced that his administration has fully paid all counterpart funds owed for the past 12 years. He assured that the funds remain intact and will be immediately utilized to enhance learning infrastructure and quality education across the state.
Quality education is not about the block, the building. Quality education requires quality teachers, quality teaching, quality environment for you to have quality education.
Responding on behalf of the newly inaugurated board members, the chairman of Imo State University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Emmanuel Ogeri, expressed gratitude to the governor for the confidence reposed on them, pledging the board's commitment to fulfilling its mandate for the benefit of Imo residents.
From the word go, we all come together and work in unity with the staff already working in the hospital to make sure that Imo State University will become the university hospital, become one of the best in the country, and will produce graduates that will be highly skilled and competitive, both in local and world markets.
With the inauguration of these leadership structures, expectations are high for the significant improvements in healthcare and basic education in Imo State. In Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
President Bola Tinubu has paid tribute to former Ekiti State Governor Dr. Kayode Fayemi on his 60th birthday and commended his dedication to democracy, governance and national development. Tinubu, in a birthday tribute he personally signed to celebrate the former governor at 60, said Fayemi exemplified service as an academic, author, administrator and development expert. The president recalled his long-standing relationship with Fayemi, which dated back to the time in the pro-democracy movement of the 1990s, where they had actively opposed military dictatorship in the country. The Nigerian Senate is set to investigate allegations made by the head of state of Niger Republic, General Tijani, accusing Nigeria of colluding with France to destabilize Niger through a new military group identified as Lakurua. The Senate Committees on National Security and Foreign Affairs have been directed to investigate the matter and report their findings. Ram Sinabo has a report.
The resolution stemmed from a motion moved on the floor of the upper legislative chamber by the Bauchi South Senator Umar Shehu at the plenary session. Senator Shehu Bubar voiced significant concern over allegations from Niger Republic's head of state, Brigadier General Abdurrahman Chiani, accusing Nigeria of colluding with France to destabilize Niger using a new military group called Lakurawa. As a result, the lawmakers seek Senate intervention to recommend diplomatic and security measures aimed at restoring and strengthening the historic ties between Nigeria and Niger.
Brigadier General Chani also alleged plans to establish a base for Lakurawa in a forest near Gaba, Sokoto State, with operational reach extending to Sokoto, Zamfara, and Kebbi State.
The Senate decided to hold an open debate on the allegations due to the sensitivity of the matter, but directed its committees on national security and foreign affairs to investigate further and report their findings.
Let us just agree that his committee be made to go and carry out whatever investigation that needs to be carried out. And the committee will present a report to us in an executive session.
But I suggest that it should be a joint committee. The Foreign Committee on Foreign Relations is also very important.
The motion is now referred to the Committee on Intelligence and National Security, jointly with the Committee on Foreign Affairs, to report back within 4 weeks.
As the Senate anticipates feedback from its joint committee, it resolved to debate the outcomes in the executive session. Ramsey Agbo reporting for Global Television.
And also from the National Assembly, the House of Representatives Committee on the Review of the 1999 Constitution has proposed the creation of 31 additional states in the country. The proposal for a new state was contained in a letter read during the plenary session by the Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, who presided over the session in the absence of the Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas. Ogochukwu completes the story.
An act of the National Assembly for the purpose of creating a new state shall only be passed if it requires support by at least the third majority of members. The committee chaired by Kalu proposed 6 new states for North Central, 4 in the Northeast, 5 in the Northwest, 5 in Southeast, 4 in South-South, and 7 in Southwest.
The Senate and the House of Representatives, the House of Assembly in respect of the area, and the Local Government Council in respect of the area is received by the National Assembly. Local government advocates for the creation of additional local government area are only reminded that Section 8 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, applies to this process. Specifically, in the accordance with Section 8.3 of the Constitution, the outcome of the votes of the state houses of assembly and the referendum must be forwarded to the National Assembly for further legislative action.
The proposal, if scaled through, Nigerian states will be made up of 67 subnational governments, as the country's current states stand at 36, including the Federal Capital Territory. Ogochukwu Mobno reporting for Global Television News.
And now the Kano state government has vowed to eliminate polio by June 2025, despite a recent surge in cases. Governor Abba Yusuf made this commitment during an orientation training in Kaduna State on Saturday, organized by the State Ministry of Health for health personnel and 44 local government chairmen and traditional rulers. The training aimed to equip stakeholders with the necessary knowledge and strategies to combat polio and reduce maternal mortality in the state. And now, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested 2 suspected drug kingpins at Port Harcourt International Airport and the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, who has created a total of 125 wraps of heroin. The agency spokesperson Femi Bafemi confirmed the arrest in a statement issued on Sunday, revealing that one of the suspects, Onyanwike Silvanos, operates under dual identities to evade detection. Now, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, says the government will engage stakeholders over the proposed 12-year basic education model. Alausa had during the Extraordinary National Council on Education meeting in Abuja presented a proposal that aims to transition to 12 years of compulsory education within the existing 633 system. During a press briefing in Abuja, Alausa, however, noted that the proposal is for discussion and not an immediate policy shift. Watching the live broadcast of News Prime here on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns, National Sports Commission Chairman Shehu Diko pledges support for Nigeria Deaf Sports Federation. We shall bring you those details after this short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back and many thanks for staying tuned with us. And now to you the rest of the news. Lagos State Government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the construction company Sumai Group to construct the long-awaited Lekki Egbe International Airport. In a statement on his ex-handle, the State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu noted that the airport is an essential part of his administration's vision to improve connectivity in the state and stimulate economic growth, as well as draw in global investment. The project is expected to boost infrastructure, ease transportation challenges, and reinforce Lagos' position as a key economic hub in Africa. Saudi Arabia has introduced new visa regulation that will impact travelers from 14 countries, including Nigeria, restricting them to single-entry visas valid for 30 days with an option for extension. The changes apply to tourists, business travelers, and those visiting family members, while excluding applicants for the Hajj Umrah, diplomatic or residency visas. Saudi authorities have cited the misuse of multiple entry visas as a key reason for the policy shift, noting that some travelers use long-term visas to stay in the country illegally or participate in the Hajj without proper authorization. And as you refer to tonight, Egyptian's Foreign Minister Badari Abdelati has left for Washington to meet with top United States officials and members of Congress after President Donald Trump floated a plan to relocate the Gazans to Egypt and Jordan. A statement by the Egyptian Foreign Ministry says the Abdelati's visit aims to boost the bilateral relations and strategic partnership between Egypt and the United States and will include the consultations on regional development. Egypt has been seeking to rally Arab allies against Trump's plan for Gaza, with Abdelati speaking with partners that include Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates to strengthen the opposition to any forced displacement of Palestinians from their land and the country. And our North Korean leader Kim Jong has faulted the trilateral military cooperation among the United States, Japan, and South Korea for raising tensions in the region via countermeasures, including the further development of nuclear forces. Kim said the United States deployment of nuclear strategic assets, war exercise, and military cooperation with Japan and South Korea were inviting military imbalance in the region and raising a grave challenge to the security environment. He noted that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea does not want unnecessary tension in the regional situation, but will take sustained countermeasures to ensure the regional military balance. And out of sport news, Chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, has assured the Nigeria Deaf Sport Federation of the Commission's support in upscaling deaf sport and providing a platform for athletes with special needs to express themselves. Adiko gave the assurance while receiving a delegation from the Federation, led by its President Dabo Saka, at the Secretariat here in Abuja. The Commission's chairman said that budgetary provisions had been made for para sport development, including equipment and kit procurement to advance the sport. Our leaders, Remo Stars, maintained their 8-point grip at the top of the 2024-2025 Nigeria Premier Football League table and completed the double over Kano Pillars this season with a Navy 2-1 win in Ikene. Asikiru Alimi and Abubakar Babawo netted for the Sky Blue Stars in the first half, while Abba Adam pulled one back for visitors in the first 45 minutes, as well as the match day 23 encounter opened up to a lively start, and the hosts got off the blocks inside 5 minutes thanks to Alimi, who side-footed, showing low cross into the net. Belinda Benkig reached our first Women's Tennis Association Tour final since returning from maternity leave with a surprise victory over Alina at Abu Dhabi Open. Another Swiss former Olympic champions clinched a 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 triumph over the world number 5 in the 2 hours and 6 minutes. Being sick, welcomed her daughter Bala in April 2024 and returned from a 13-month break from the tour 6 months later. Now as we wrap up the news tonight, let's take a look at the top stories. Vehicles and other goods, including food items, have been burnt down by an explosion that occurred in Sabon-Wuse, Tafawa local government area of Niger State. We told you the world of business, Saudi Arabia has introduced new visa regulations that will impact travelers from the 14 countries, including Nigeria, restricting them to single entry visas valid for 30 days. On the foreign scene, the North Korea leader Kim Jong has faulted the trilateral military cooperation among the United States, Japan, and South Korea for raising tensions in the region. Finally, sport leaders Remo Stars maintained their 8-point grip at the top of the 2024-2025 Nigeria Premier Football League table and completed a double over Kano Pillars this season with a Navy 2-1 win in Ikene. And that's a package on News Prime.